This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The biggest stars, the brightest stage. AT&T WNBA All-Star 2025 comes to Indianapolis July 18th through 19th. Tune into the game July 19th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC.
This is Jana Kramer from Wind Down with Jana Kramer. When we were deciding on our appliances for the house, Samsung was at the top of our list. And I love my Samsung appliances, especially because they're so reliable. And with my busy schedule, having reliable appliances has been a game changer. It's no wonder Samsung is the #1 brand for customer satisfaction. That's why I'm excited to tell you all about Samsung's new line of smart appliances featuring their brand new bespoke AI laundry combo. This incredible magic machine washes and dries in one machine, one load, no transfers, no timers, no rewashing needed. New bespoke AI appliances. This is home living made simple. For more information, visit samsung.com/bespoke.
68-minute cycle based on 27-inch combos, based on using a super speed cycle only with a 10-pound DOE load, cotton 50% plus polyester 50%. Individual results may vary based on actual load content.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/iHeart. That's greenlight.com/iHeart.
A fan.
It's game time, soccer fans. Join us in Michelob Ultra for the Ultimate Club World Cup viewing party Sunday, July 13th from 12 to 2 at the local in downtown. Enter to win lots of great prizes, all while enjoying $4 Michelob Ultra pints and 5 for $25 neutral buckets. Don't miss out. We'll see you at the local on July 13th.
That idea about the KFAN poker tournament is starting to get some traction.
Really?
I would never have come up with that idea even a couple of days ago. It's all because I have an office now. I have an office. I come up with ideas. You know what I told Swedberg yesterday? I've always wanted to be able to say this, but I never have in 32 years because I haven't had an office. As I got ready to leave yesterday, I ducked my head into his office and said, well, that's it for me. Another hard day at the office. I've always wanted to be able to say that.
I always love that one.
Another hard day at the office. Did you say you have what we like to call breaking news, Tenneby?
Yeah, it's getting expensive in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, an all-NBA star and champion Jalen Williams has agreed to a 5-year maximum rookie contract extension that could reach $287 million.
Whoa. How can they pay for? They just paid SGA. They just paid
Chet Holmgren.
And now they're paying this cat?
Between the three of them, $822 million.
Well, how can they afford that? They must be on a third or fourth apron of the luxury tax. All those numbers crunchers can figure it out. They'll move money here.
So OKC's had really good depth. They're not going to be able to keep all their depth guys anymore, but they have a bunch of draft picks that as long as they keep it on draft.
They'll shift money here and they'll shift money there. Here's some money, there's some money. Everywhere, everybody's got some money. Here's a text message. He can skate like an NHLer, play poker like a pro, hits unintentional home runs and softballs. Is there anything Tenneby can't do? He's the Bo Jackson of the fan. I'm going to start calling you Tennebo. Instead of Tenneby, you're now Tennebo. Because there isn't anything you can't do. I bet you could leap tall buildings in a single
I didn't realize how great of much of a winner I was.
Yeah, everything you do. Everything you do, you're really, really good at. I worked a delivery job for years. My boss told me I could leave early if I run my route off and leave hours early. But then if he wouldn't let me leave early or gave me extra work, would take a full day or more. No matter how I explained to my boss, he just couldn't understand why I could get it done quicker on those days. I don't understand what he was just saying, so I don't understand how your boss could either.
Huh?
I'm not sure what the hell he was talking about there. There are people. Here's this one says, I would love to see you guys play poker. You can do it in a live stream. Another one says, I would absolutely watch a KFAN
I think
poker tournament.
Good clicks.
Of course, this person said, you just found something more boring than watching celebrity golf. KFAN personalities playing poker.
We still got to do our golf thing, too.
And as the late Dark Star would say,
well, there's that.
Yeah, there is that.
Wasn't Kara going to video us playing golf one of these days?
Yeah, we could do that. I love digital. Abbott loved the idea. Of course, as soon as Lil B heard that we could make money on it on NTR, she got excited. That funny. No money, no funny. No money, no NTR, no interest. So maybe we'll do that. So we'll work on that and see where it goes. I saw this Associated Press headline, Tennessee, from, what is the date today? The 10th? This is yesterday. Dateline San Francisco. Patrick Bailey chugged his way around third base, then got mobbed at home plate by his teammates after becoming the third catcher in Major League history to hit a game-ending inside-the-park home run. They don't call it a walk-off because you're running as fast as you can, right? So it's not a walk-off home run. I would call that a runoff home run. He's the third catcher. I can't believe there's been two other catchers that have actually hit inside-the-park home runs, much less to win a ball game. Catchers are usually kind of squat and portly and don't run very fast. I mean...
That's changed the way they play now.
Yeah. Well, I was just kind of doing the bit to make fun of catchers.
Like back in the old days, you had to squat in a certain way. Now these guys, they don't even put pressure on half their knees. They got like the one legs straight out.
The 3-run shot had an exit velocity of 103.4 miles per hour, bounced off the brick wall at the Giants waterfront ballpark. It ricocheted back towards center field as Nick Castellanos and Brandon Marsh gave chase. Bailey said his initial thought was to get a triple before he saw third base coach Matt Williams waving him in. Bailey said, off the ball, I just knew I got it well. I saw it was towards Triple's Alley. Triple's Alley, I like that. And I was like, oh, I got to go. I at least got to get to third. Once I saw the bounce, I was like, all right, just don't fall over. It's the 9th time this season the Giants won their final at-bat, tops in the majors. It's also the first time in nearly 9 years that a player has hit a walk-off inside the park. It's not a walk-off, dude. It's a runoff. You can't walk off on an inside-the-park home run.
It's a sprint-off.
He also was the first time in nearly 9 years that a player has hit an inside-the-park home run to win the game in the majors. Cleveland's Tyler... I've seen the name. Matter of fact, he might still play for Cleveland. Naquin, N-A-Q, Naquin. He was the last one to do it on August 19th, 2016. Nowhere in the story does it say how many in Major League history inside the park sprint-offs there have been to end a game. I wonder if you ask Grok AI if he, how many, because when they said 3 by a catcher, I would have thought to me, an inside the park home run is such a rarity as it is, right? To have one be the final play of the game seems it would be so rare. I would have thought, I'm going to take a guess. Do you have a number there? I'm going to say 23 times.
I don't have one yet.
Oh. And I only say 23. I would have thought less. If you would have just asked me, if I hadn't seen the story, you would have said, how many times do you think a guy's hit a inside-the-park home run to win a game in the 9th inning? I'd have said never been done.
I did see it that it was the first walk-off inside-the-park home run since Tyler Naquin hit one for Cleveland in 2016.
I didn't know that. Where'd you hear that?
Where did I hear it?
Yeah.
I just Googled it.
Oh, okay.
It shows up.
All right.
And I saw the highlight of the inside the park home run. He wasn't running right after contact. He was not running. He was eyeballing the ball because I think it had a chance of being an out of the park home run. It hit the top of the wall. So he was just kind of watching it for a little bit. And then I think he realized, I probably should get running on this one. I've never seen a bigger ricochet than that off of a wall in a baseball game.
KFAN poker tournament. It says the tasteless box and Brett Blakemore talked about it yesterday already. So why did we bring it up? Again, we're repeating material other people have heard. This one said, when's the poker tournament? Oh, no, that's when I watch the Rockford Files.
I always love that one.
If my choice was KFAN poker tournament or Rockford Files, I'd select Rockford Files too. You're not hurting my feelings at all. I would certainly select Rockford Files. Did Google not that they'd be right, Google or Grok AI get? I mean, yesterday it was a bit that had about as much success as 90s hip hop trivia game, where I was going to do Rube Q and what was it? What was the thing I was going to do?
Like Rube quiz?
Yeah, Rube quiz to see how big of a Rube you are. And I said, can you name all 32 NFL coaches? And I was using as my what am I trying to say? The list I was using was Grok AI, and it wasn't even accurate. It still had Bears having Uberflus coach in the club. So I don't even know if I can trust Grok AI or Google, whatever it's called, or they all have a different name now. Did it say how many inside the park home runs have ever been hit?
I cannot find that.
I'm just wondering how many have been hit in the history of the game either.
Just how many inside the park home runs?
Yeah,
I'm sure we can find that.
Yeah, how many inside the park home runs there have been. I bet Common is a good poker player with his demeanor. Tanner probably knows all the numbers, but the sweaty in him may have him getting mad at people for not playing right and hamper his success. Didn't you say you hate people that are like non-conventional poker players?
Well, I would say the KFAN poker game probably would be a challenge for me because it's hard to play poker against people who don't know what they're doing. Because if they don't know what they're doing, how am I supposed to know what they're doing, if that makes sense?
But see, what I've always, because you've said that to me before, but see, for me, it's like I give off the idea that I don't know what I'm doing, but I really do know what I'm doing because how old are you?
I'm 45.
And so does that mean I'm 66, so am I 21 years older than you? I was playing Hold'em before you were born. So I understand the game very well. And the first thing you say when you sit down at the table is, can I get something straight before we start? And they go, what's that? What wins, a flush or a straight? So you try to make it seem like you don't know what you're doing. And then that throws the other players off because they think, well, this clown doesn't have any idea what he's doing. And then when all of a sudden when you're pulling the pile toward you and then you push it toward them a little bit and go, this is what it looks like in your pile, and this is what it looks like in my pile. And quite frankly, I like how it looks in my pile better. You'll realize that it was a ruse. I was pretending I didn't understand the game when I really knew it all along. We'll take a break. There's more to get to. Speaking of money, the pile of money, you could win some possibly here because Tennessee has got a keyword for us as we go to break.
Yeah, the Fan and BigDeck.com, they want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Just enter the keyword BILLS at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. That keyword is BILLS. Enter now at KFAN.com.
Hot days, humid nights, and non-stop plans. All that heat can increase hair shedding, while a packed schedule can add stress, which can impact your hair. Nutrafol's whole-body approach and clinically tested formulas support your hair from within, so you can focus on living your best life all summer long.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol.
Thinning hair is different for men and women, so a one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas for men and women that are tailored to different life stages, such as postpartum or menopause, and lifestyle factors, such as a plant-based lifestyle, so you can get just what you need. Plus, users of Nutrafol men reported no impact to sexual performance.
Thank goodness. While many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies, Nutrafol clinically tests final formulations to ensure their efficacy. In a clinical study, 84% of men showed improvement in their hair after 6 months taking Nutrafol Men Hair Growth Supplement, and 90% of women saw overall improvement in their hair after taking Nutrafol Women Hair Growth Supplement for 6 months.
Building a hair growth routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed. Enjoy free shipping, automated deliveries, and up to 20% savings with Nutrafol subscription. Plus, get free naturopathic doctor consults and a Headspace meditation membership.
Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering listeners $10 off your first month subscription, free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com. Enter promo code CULTURISTAS.
Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com. Spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code CULTURISTAS. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code CULTURISTAS.
And
Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN.
Bonus box.
We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. It's every hour from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is presented by BigDeck.com.
Frantically searching for something to tell. Time now for Peek at the Pros, brought to you by the Minnesota Golf Association. Get more out of your golf game by joining the Minnesota Golf Association. You'll receive a handicap index that allows players of all skill levels to compete on an equitable basis. Post scores, track your stats, course GPS, and enhance your round of golf with the free USGA mobile app. Access to the best public and private courses at the MGA North Star Series, an official state championship play for all levels. Junior golfers can play for only $5 thanks to Youth on Course. Memberships for everyone, all players and all skill levels. It's easy to join. mngolf.org/join online. That's mngolf.org/join online. 10 and B, what Scottish Open? So what's going on?
Yes, the Genesis Scottish Open at the Renaissance Club in North Berwick, Scotland. It's a par 70.
Oh, is it being played at North Berwick?
It says North Berwick. Yeah, Berwick.
Yeah,
okay, Berwick.
Is it being played at Berwick?
Yeah, the Renaissance Club.
Oh, that's not the same course I'm thinking of. Because there's a course in North Berwick called North Berwick, and it's spectacular. Yeah, I just don't think it would hold up to the olden day new guys. But okay, Renaissance Club, what's happening?
After one round, obviously they're 6 hours ahead of us. So
why did they start playing golf so early?
They already have tee times listed on the leaderboard for the following day. But four-way tie atop the leaderboard at 6 under. Nico Echevarria, Sepp Straka, Jake Knapp, and Victor Perez are all 6 under. And then you have 4 golfers at 5 under. Marcel Siem, Callum Hill, Matty Schmid, and Marco Peng. And then at 4 under, you got Wyndham Clark, Keith Mitchell, Ryan Fox, Victor Hovland, and Tom Kim. Should also mention, even though this is not a pro, I don't know if we can talk about it in this segment, but 2 days ago, our gal Isabella McCauley.
Yes. She got at a local qualifying.
Yeah, she earned the final qualifying spot at the 2025 USGA Women's Amateur, which is where?
Hold on. Hazeltine National Golf Club.
No. One of my favorite golf places in the world. Bandon Dunes.
Oh, Bandon Dunes.
She'll be golfing at Bandon Dunes here in the next month, I think. So I love watching, they had the men's amateur there a couple years ago, and that's one of the only times I've watched as much amateur golf as I could because I know the course and know the strategy. Now I was going to watch it anyway. Now I got a rooting interest in Bella.
What's the name of the place again?
That would be Bandon Dunes.
You got a website and a phone number just in case?
BandonDunesGolf.com.
Deuce was at Canterbury last night, Canterbury Park, where the people come to play, Canterbury Park, where it's summer every day, horses sing. He sent me a text at 5:58. He said, Gorg wants to know who you like in the Scottish Open and says you should come out to Canterbury sometime. So I immediately texted Romain Langoski. Can you see how Romain did today? Romain Langoski.
Romain
France.
Langasque?
Yeah, it's spelled Langasque. Romain Langasque, or Gosky. He's a Frenchman.
He shot a 1/71.
Well, it's not so bad.
Well, he's tied for 94th
Oh, I guess that's not very good.
out of 156 golfers.
Because when Gord asked me through Deuce being a conduit, I just Googled it. Because I'm sure he was expecting, a Mark Rosen type of answer. Well, I think it's either going to be Scotty Scheffler or something. I just decided, I don't know. So I just Googled starting times and just grabbed a name. Then I texted shortly thereafter. I said, I want Gorg to place a bet for me. $5 on nuts and bolts to win in the 6th race at Talladega.
I always love that.
Of course, Gorg gets the bet. Because Talladega obviously is not a horse racing track, it's auto. So Deuce texts back, I read Gorg that text. He says, tell your dad I love him. And of course I responded, tell him the feeling is parimutuel. Half second. Pretty good line.
This is the best material you've had in a long time.
Yeah. Then Gorg said, Deuce said, Gorg said, he said comedic genius. It really was. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Sounds like you two are horsing around together.
We were. There's no question about that. That's pretty good, though, actually.
Is Deuce going to be there Saturday? Because I think I might take my kids to Canterbury
Well, he
on
usually
Saturday
just
night.
goes after work during the week. He just like kind of hanging out with the guys at the track. This one says, I love the KFAN poker tournament idea. Another great thing would be to have a bunch of people associated with the radio station bet on a golf major. Power Trip already does that, or we'd be doing it too. And there was one more that I really liked. This one says, all-time bit. When you asked Tenna where he heard about Tyler Naquin, Inside the Park homer was genius. You had said the exact same info 60 seconds earlier. Your silence was golden.
Well, at that point, you would ask me to look up 3 different things. I can't be listening to you and looking up everything at the same time.
Can you chew gum and walk at the same time? And can you do it confidently?
I can do that.
That's the biggest thing, is to be able to walk and chew gum and chew your gum confidently at the same time.
Can you look this up? Can you look that up?
Yeah.
What's this record?
I'm a demanding producer. Or talk shows. I demand a lot from my producer. That's what I do. It's like, now if you could do it in 2 hours, you could just leave at 2:00. Because that's the kind of guy, if you can get your work done by 2, you can.
I wish I could.
Yeah, this really can't.
If we just talked a lot faster, got through our content as quickly as it could.
I had the line, does a flush beat a straight? Somebody else said, I do like this one. Another great opening line when you sit down at the poker tables, go, now is ace high or low? That is another good line. Yeah.
I tried teaching Leo for the first time, playing 5-card draw.
Okay.
And I was trying to teach him, check and call, raise, fold. And one of his hands, he said he wanted to fold. So then I flipped my hand over and I was bluffing him. I was trying to teach him how to bluff. And he couldn't understand why he didn't win the hand because he had the better hand.
Oh, right.
And then he was mad at me.
Yeah. I don't blame him. Tricking your son.
Trying to teach him how to play poker.
We didn't, when I was a kid, I didn't know how to play, but we played war, where just what the highest card would win, right? You deal out, you'd each get 26 cards, you'd throw one over. If I had a king and you had a 4, I would take those 2. You ever play Steal the Pack when you were a kid?
Steal the Pack?
Yeah, and I can't quite remember how it went, but it was like, if your card was higher than the others, you'd put it in a pile, and then you would steal the, if you were next, then you would steal the pack from the guy, and whoever at the pack at the end of the game would win. It was very, no money involved. And not a very difficult game to play. I I do have one more topic on the other side of the break that I think could eat up some time. Put it this way, Tenby, I have some odds that may be of interest to you. And we'll do that next here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
Minneapolis, get ready.
No.
Music legend, Paul McCartney.
Tell me why you cried and why you lied to me.
Is bringing his Got Back tour to U.S. Bank Stadium October 17th.
Stuck inside these four walls, sent inside forever.
Tickets drop July 18th at 10 a.m.
Jet. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
But beat the rush. Register now for the artist presale at paulmccartneygotback.com.
8 days a week.
One night, one icon. Don't miss it.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, Tennessee.
Full details available at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
Tenby, I should know.
I feel like I just heard a Paul McCartney concert.
And then that's exactly the set list he'll play if he does the same set list he did the last two times he was here. So I should note, while they're playing the Scottish Open, they're having the Oppo field at the ISCO Championship DP World Tour PGA Tour. They're playing at the HCC Championship course. Your guy Frankie Sappin is T17 right now. He shot 2 under today. The leader scorched the field. Kim shot 9 under. But right now, our guy Frankie Sappin at 2 under, tied for 17. So good for Frankie.
By the way, do you want the Timberwolves Summer League game just started about 5 minutes ago?
Okay, what do you got?
This tweet from John Krasinski.
He's not tweeting about a Summer
live tweeting.
League.
Well, they have to justify why they're going to Las Vegas for a week, right?
I guess you're right.
How do you say the name again? Joan Baranger?
Baranger.
Joan Baranger with 2 huge swats on the opening possession. Yeah. Good first impression. We got our own Dikembe Mutombo.
Well, and they're going to play him in the G League for 2 years. Start him on opening night alongside Gobert. The Eiffel Towers, right? Right next to each other. Speaking of the NBA, Tenby, I have some odds that may be of interest to you. The NBA's Board of Governors is meeting in Las Vegas, and one of the key discussion topics will be league expansion. Regarding those meetings, Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA, said recently, he didn't say this just today, expansion will be on the agenda to take the temperature of the room. Silver has teased expansion in other countries, such as Canada and Mexico, and those possibilities are on the board as well. I have some odds that may be of interest to you.
Okay.
The odds have been put together on what are the chances that this city will get the franchise. Which do you think has the best odds to get the next NBA? If they do indeed expand, which I believe they will, which city would be the first to get a team? Who has the best odds? According to our friends at...
Las Vegas is the fashionable one, right?
That's not number one, but it's close.
Okay.
That's second. That's at 2-1.
I guess we got to go Seattle.
Seattle at 1-1.
Yeah.
Mexico City 10-1. Kansas City 12-1. Vancouver 14-1. San Diego is 16-1. Louisville 18-1. Meanwhile, Nashville and Tampa Bay in a dead heat at 20-1. St. Louis at 22-1. Pittsburgh 25-1, Austin, Texas, or maybe Austin, Minnesota. I don't know.
I thought I saw Austin was in the mix for an NHL
really
expansion franchise.
Just another team for Rosen to hate.
Yeah, he wouldn't like that.
Austin at 33-1, and then Montreal at 66-1. For me, I'm more interested in what would the expansion franchises have for nicknames. Like for instance, if it's Seattle, I thought of this one. What do you think of this? The Kraken.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't really know what a Kraken is, but it's that character from Snap, Kraken, and Pop cereal. So then you've got a built-in sponsor right there, right?
If it goes Seattle, you got to go back to Supersonics, right? It's not like when the North Stars left and they kept the Stars' names, and now
Right.
the Minnesota Wild, we can't. But they didn't take the Supersonics name in OKC. They switched names. So go back to the Supersonics. It's got good alliteration.
Or how about
The uniforms are sweet.
How about the Seattle Sonic and Knuckles? No, because then it's basically a two-person team. I guess I'd be okay with that. For Las Vegas, it's got to be, it's built on the backs of losers, so Las Vegas losers, right? It just has to be. And embrace the name. It's like, we've talked about that, I wanted to call them the Washington Walrus rather than the Commanders. And most people say, well, that's, it's a big, dopey, is a walrus a mammal? Is he an animal? Is he a fish? Is he a crustacean? What is he? Could you? I get you to do some more work. Then I'm going to say something and ask you a question, and you're going to answer something I've already said. Sorry to confuse you. And then losers would be like L-O.
It's a large pinniped. What's pinniped? P-I-N-N-I-P-E-D.
Pinniped would be like in a Playboy where you're a really attractive woman and she'd get pinned.
It's a large pinniped marine mammal.
It's a marine mammal, yeah. And people say, well, that you don't want to be known as the walrus. Well, no, it's fun. It's different. It's like, be able to laugh at yourselves, right? So if you're in Las Vegas, the losers, and then have losers spelled Loozers. And then for every time like if you start the season 0-1, 0-2, and 0-3, you add an O to losers every single time. So it's like all of a sudden, like, what if you're like 0-10? And you got losers with 10.
What if they're the Las Vegas low-level losers?
See, that's good, too. Yeah. The low-level losers. The triple Ls. And then you know how you need, like, 3 bars in order to win something on the slot machine? You would have 3 Ls would come up in a Las Vegas casino, see? Mexico City, you could get a movie tie, you could call them the Mexico City Wallies. Got a little political there with the wall, Oh my gosh. You are above average at that. I don't know. The other ones, Kansas City, you can't call them the Chiefs because that's taken already.
Maybe some barbecue type of.
Now you're talking. See, I like something like that. Barbecue sauce. What's see, you've got a built-in sponsor. Brands of barbecue sauce. The Kansas City Sweet Baby Ray's. Do you like Sweet Baby Ray's? Sweet Baby Ray's is so good. I think there would be purists that would say Sweet Baby Ray's has just got a bunch of sugar in it. What's wrong with sugar? Sugar, do. Honey. Or how about you got Stubbs original barbecue sauce, the Kansas City Stubbs.
I like that.
See, I like the Stubbs.
KC.
Vancouver. Now, would Rosen root against Canadian teams because basketball is more of a
American pastime?
Yeah, it's more of an American pastime than it is there. So he'd be mad if Vancouver got one. And I don't know what you would do if Vancouver. I don't know, what are they known for? I don't know enough about Vancouver.
Seafood.
The Vancouver swordfish. Then a picture of Rosen. San Diego. Superchargers.
I like that.
Yeah. San Diego.
Superchargers.
How about for Louisville, in honor of Muhammad Ali, they called him the Louisville Lip because he was always mouthing off. You could call him the Louisville Lips.
Brilliant.
Then you could have a picture of cold, dead, rigor mortis laid lips. Of course, you'd have to change the logo 1 to 4 days because it wouldn't be rigor mortis anymore. But the Louisville Lips.
I kind of like the idea of Louisville getting an NBA franchise, right?
Do you like the nickname the Lips?
Sure.
And then you know what the crowd could do? You know how we do the Skol chant? We go,
let's go.
They could go. Dude, Rosen, he stood us up today. Yeah. I had nothing prepared for the 2:00 hour, so I'm just winging it right now.
Well, Kentucky doesn't have a pro sports team anywhere, do they? It'd be nice for them to get one. But basketball's big there.
Nashville.
I'm cheering for them.
What would be a nickname for Nashville? I mean, would you want to do something music related? That's kind of passe, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't know why they did Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was Craig Leopold actually wanted that name.
How about this? The Nashville Opries. You know, the Grand Ole Opry? Isn't that Nashville? Or
Yes.
is that Memphis?
Yes.
I think it's in Nashville.
Nashville, Grand Ole Opry.
The Nashville Ole Opries. See, that's different than, I don't want another, let's call them the Lions. Let's call them the Bears. One of those, those names, they don't do anything for me. Like, I really like the Kraken, even though I'm still not sure that is. Isn't that some kind of like a squid or something? It's some kind of a sea creature, right? Matter of fact, it's not even a real one,
It's not real, no. Yeah.
But see, at least they did something off the beaten path.
Kraken's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's why even the Vikings were pretty good too, because you know what I'm saying. You had Lions, Packers, Bears, Steelers, all those names, and you came up with something that was relatively different.
When did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise
I don't
begin?
know.
I'm assuming they were after the Vikings.
Oh yeah,
because they're kind of copying the name a little bit there.
How about the Tampa Bays, right?
Tampa Bay Bays?
No, just the Tampa Bays. Because remember, that's what we always said.
Yeah,
Tampa Bays. You just call them the Tampa Bays.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, see, the Tampa Bays. St. Louis.
I just witnessed an alley-oop to Baranger.
Did you really? How about the How about the St. Louis Arches?
That's not bad.
And then for your logo, you have the arch of a foot, not the golden arch, right? Or you get McDonald's time.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Golden Arches. I'm always thinking of marketing. Pittsburgh, they already have the Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. Penguins and Pirates, they like alliteration there.
You know what else they like?
What's that?
Teams that are black and yellow. All their teams have black and yellow colors.
I never thought of that. That is exactly right.
So if they get a basketball team, they got to wear black and yellow.
Well, then they could be like the Pittsburgh Bumblebees.
Your guy Wiz Khalifa did a rap song called Black and Yellow about Pittsburgh. It's a great song.
Austin. How about the Austin Martins? Not the player, the car at Austin. No, is it an Austin Martin or an Austin Healy? Yeah, it's an Aston Martin. Sorry. That isn't going to work. How about the Austin Albert Lees? Now that's a hell of a nickname. In Montreal, I don't know.
Austin Spams?
See?
Or should we just keep it singular, just with the spam?
The spam. And then when you got your ticket online, you think, well, that might be spam. Better watch out. Thank you. Montreal. Any nickname from they have the worst odds anyways. They're 66-1. How about just if they get it, just call them the Montreal 66s?
Yeah, they're going to be something French-Canadian related.
Well, I'm thinking because they are 66-1 and they surprise them, where we just call them the Montreal 66s. Because you have the 76ers, so why not just have another numbered name?
You have 49ers in a different sport.
That's exactly right. Tend to be. Could you Google this for me? How many teams have a number in their name? The only ones I know are the 49ers and the 76ers. That would be it. I can't think of another team. There might be some minor league franchise somewhere, but I'm talking about the big pro sports. That would probably be it. I always thought the Twins, instead of being called the Twins, they should have been the Minnesota lookalikes, right? Or the Minnesota Identicals. And each team looks identical to the one from the season before. Terrible team, terrible city, terrible fan, terrible stadium. So those are your odds for NBA teams coming to the specific cities. And
a lot of them come to Minnesota after A-Rod and Lori relocate. They would never relocate because this is a gold mine here in the Twin Cities market. And I saw a little note today in a Russo Joe Smith athletic column. They do like a mailbag feature where people ask them questions. Mm-hmm. And we talk about the Timberwolves stadium situation, but Craig Leopold and the Wild also want to get some upgrades at XL Energy Center, right? The thing's been around for, I shouldn't say XL Energy Center anymore. Grand Casino, is it Grand Casino Center? Arena? Grand Casino Arena, whatever it is. It's been around for 25 years. They need some upgrades, and they were not able to get funding this time around for it. We might be like a year out that if they don't get funding again, not that they would leave, because I think it would be pretty stupid to leave Minnesota, but they might do like a combo arena where the Wild would then move to Minneapolis to wherever the Timberwolves.
That's been done before, I think.
Well, it's done everywhere. It's done everywhere.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We're probably in the minority to have two actually separate arenas. So I wonder if that could be done someday.
Sorry, but this...
They should build in Arden Hills, too.
Sorry, but this winging it is taking a nosedive really quick. Okay. This one says, do you know you're on the air? Yeah, I do. I realize that.
I always love that one.
If Virginia had an NBA team, you could call them the Virginia Slims. That was brilliant. It was a cigarette. And then you could get like 5 Chet Holmgren kind of players, real thin guys, skinny. On that Netflix thing where Cousins said, well, I was kind of caught off guard. I would think I was misled by the club. If I would have known that, they were going to draft a quarterback, I might have just stayed in Minnesota because they drafted a quarterback too, and we liked it there. The other thing that we didn't talk about yesterday, because I did not watch the new Netflix docuseries, because this is a new one, right? Called Quarterback 2.0 or whatever.
Yeah. New season of quarterback.
He said he played through an injury to his throwing arm. Maybe you did mention this and I wasn't listening. In part to keep from losing his starting job with the Atlanta Falcons to rookie backup Michael Penix Jr. He's got really a lot going on in his head, doesn't he? First of all, he's all up in arms about, well, you didn't tell me you were drafting a quarterback, and that got him all frazzled. And then he's frazzled thinking, boy, if I don't play through this injury, they're going to replace me with Michael Penix. Again, don't you have any confidence in your abilities? And does that make any sense to you? To me, that makes no sense. So he played through an injury. Immediately my elbow lit up and I knew I'd irritated something. Had the shooting pain kind of right through inside my elbow. My shoulder started really throb. So I knew right away, like, okay, this is a little more serious. Once I lost my shoulder, my elbow, I didn't have any other places to lean on to get the power I needed. Yet it says he continued to play. That's like, not only are you doing yourself a disservice, but you're doing the team a disservice then. Because you can't possibly quarterback at the level you need to quarterback at to provide the kind of performances to win football games if you're having shooting pain and you've lost your elbow and your shoulder. This guy's he's gonna talk himself out of this league. I would want nothing to do with him. I'd rather go with Pasternaut than as a backup quarterback than I would with Kirk Cousins. I'm just telling you the truth. And I never disliked Cousins. You and I both, we had about the same opinion about him. I thought he was a titch better than you did, but I always thought he was a good player, quality quarterback, better than some, but not better than most. But now with this, he's too much of a head case for me. And then playing, it's like the pitchers. We've seen that happen, wasn't it? It was Ober. It was just pitching with a bad hip. Now, if I understand it correctly, Ober was saying that it was kind of known throughout the team, I think. I don't know. But who was our pitcher? Was it Joe Ryan last year who didn't say anything? Do I have that right?
Yes.
So Joe Ryan doesn't say anything last year. And it's like, well, dude, you got to say something if you're, and you wonder what's wrong with him. He's not pitching very well. Well, you got an injury. You got to say something to somebody. And I know you're supposed to rub a little Robitussin on and eat dirt and all that, but that just doesn't make any, sense at all to me. But someone said Sports Abyss Common is the best common. I hope football never starts. Here. I absolutely agree. Someone else said you were better without Rosen today.
I always love that one.
I would not say that. I think Mark is lovable. He's wonderful. It's always good to hear Lieber's takes a second time. Genevieve, thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
You as well. We enjoyed our visit with you today. Program password again is Dave Ryan.
Dave Ryan and Jenny from the Dave Ryan in the Morning Show.
Very good. A little be at 1 o'clock. Stick around. Big Ticket JG there next year on The Fan.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are.
I'm a fraud.
Yes.
Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The biggest stars, the brightest stage. AT&T WNBA All-Star 2025 comes to Indianapolis July 18th through 19th. Tune into the game July 19th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC.
This is Jana Kramer from Wind Down with Jana Kramer. When we were deciding on our appliances for the house, Samsung was at the top of our list. And I love my Samsung appliances, especially because they're so reliable. And with my busy schedule, having reliable appliances has been a game changer. It's no wonder Samsung is the #1 brand for customer satisfaction. That's why I'm excited to tell you all about Samsung's new line of smart appliances featuring their brand new bespoke AI laundry combo. This incredible magic machine washes and dries in one machine, one load, no transfers, no timers, no rewashing needed. New bespoke AI appliances. This is home living made simple. For more information, visit samsung.com/bespoke.
68-minute cycle based on 27-inch combos, based on using a super speed cycle only with a 10-pound DOE load, cotton 50% plus polyester 50%. Individual results may vary based on actual load content.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available July 17th. Rated everyone 10 and up. Only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Saks off 5th, up to 70% off every day. Summer is officially here. Time to dress like it. From breezy linen and floral dresses to chic sandals and beach-ready swim. Saks Off 5th has the designer styles you'll live in all season long. Plus, shop new arrivals every week. You'll find Alice & Olivia, Valentino Garavani, Versace, Stuart Weitzman, and more. Head to SaksOff5th.com or a Saks Off 5th store near you for up to 70% off every day.